Florida. Long ways.
Yeah! It didn't smell. It was not money. It was cocaine. How's everyone doing? Yeah, let's get a hand for all the comics you guys saw tonight. Give a hand. They came a long way to tell you jokes. They came a long way. Let's thank Andre Parker for putting out the song Chocolate Rain. We all enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite YouTube videos all the time. Love that shit. I came here with the Humboldt crew of Savage Henry, who's putting on this show. They're great. Humboldt, wonderful town. It's very similar to the neighborhood. I live in San Francisco. It's called The Haight. Do you guys know about the Haight-Ashbury? Yeah, no, fuck The Haight. It's probably the worst place in the world. There's just nothing but all these like homeless hippies, and they're always asking me for $1. And it just really pisses me off. They're all insane. They're all on lots of drugs. And like, there's this one homeless hippie paraplegic guy, and he's always yelling shit in front of my apartment at all hours of the night. Recently, he was yelling, "Man, fuck the system. The system is keeping me down, man." And I went up to him. I was like, "Yeah, the central nervous system." And then I walked away with my legs. Take that, paraplegics. I'm doing it to it. Way to go, Portland. This is a great town. You guys have like the most strippers per capita in the United States?
In
the world?
Yes!
Yes. Aim high, women of Portland. Aim high. It's a really weird thing to have. Really weird thing. I went to this one strip club yesterday with these guys, and I'm not even sure most of these strippers, they call themselves dancers, but some of them weren't dancing. Like literally, someone just started Ace Venturing their ass. They just started talking out of their butt. And I was like, that's not dancing. That's just making noises with your asshole. It was beautiful though. And she was gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie. I'd kiss her on the mouth. So this is kind of, this fucking city is like, it's like hipster Vegas. It's amazing. It really is. It's really, I feel comfortable here. I really feel really comfortable in this city. Because like, as soon as I leave the city, or as soon as I leave San Francisco, all of a sudden people start looking at me weird. They start looking at me funny. People are kind of prejudiced against me, you know? Like, I can tell what they're thinking. Like, some of you are giving me that look right now that I see all the time. You know that look? It's like people just looking at me, and they're just like, this fucking Jew is a hipster. And they're like, look, he thinks he's so cool, right? That's what you think. Oh, look at him. He wears glasses. Ooh, he thinks he's so cool. He thinks he just tiptoes between the raindrops. And it pisses me off because I'm not actually a hipster, you guys, okay? I'm not. Like, these glasses that I'm wearing, they're not ironic, okay? I actually do molest children. And I would like some recognition for that, you know, because it's not easy to do, you know? Because kids are really fast. But you have to do it if you want to be cool. That's what Vice Magazine tells me to do. I'm just kidding. I don't really molest children. I just say that to get women. Uh-oh, the cops are here. I gotta go. I'll see you guys later. I don't really much. Killing it. So, do you guys know that when someone describes something as Orwellian, they're referring to the book 1984 by George Orwell? And not the book Animal Farm by George Orwell? Yeah, I didn't know that. So I guess I should stop describing the movie Babe as Orwellian. Apparently I'm incorrect in that assumption. I have a lot of friends who do a lot of weird circus shit. Do you guys know that the mime for flossing is also the mime for sucking a couple of dicks? That's why I don't floss anymore. So I like porn. Do you guys like porn? Yeah. I love porn. I love to masturbate. I have no shame in it. Do you guys like to masturbate? This is Portland. Let's be real. Do you guys enjoy pleasuring yourselves here in Portland? Yes, you fucking do. I love masturbation. I have no shame about it. Masturbation is really a beautiful thing, all right? Because it's beautiful. It's just you and your body, and you're alone, you know. And when you're alone, no one can tell you to stop crying, and it's wonderful. And I love to do it. And I usually do it for porn because I don't have an imagination. And I watch a lot of porn. I have a girlfriend who does not approve of porn. She's like, Matt, I know you watch like porn or whatever, but do you like watch like anal porn? Like, do you actually like anal porn? And I just look at her and I'm just like, it's just called porn. Like, there's not really a differentiation. It's pretty much standard in all porn now, you know. It's like saying, does your car come with a radio? It's like, you can drive without it, but it's not going to be as fun of a drive. I do love porn, man. In San Francisco, we got a thing called kink.com. Do you guys know about that? Yeah, you fucking do. It's like the best porn. It's sex positive. It's not mean. Because back in the day, porn was the meanest. Anyone ever used to watch the Bang Bus? Holy shit. Bang Bus was the meanest porn that ever existed. If you guys don't know what it is, basically, these two, we'll just call them rapists, these two horrible human beings in a bus would drive along looking for someone to pay for sex, and they would always like pick up, you know, usually a porn star, which I don't know if that was a coincidence or if that was planned. But pick up a porn star, she'd get in the car, she's like, oh, I'm going to my boyfriend's house. They're like, yeah, well, what if we pay you money to have sex? And she's like, okay, fine. So they're having sex, and then during the act of having sex, they steal the money. And then after they're done, they drop her off and they drive off, and then she realizes she's not even where she's supposed to be. They don't even give her a ride, and they steal the money. I feel like that's the meanest shit ever, because you know it's like gonna be at least 20 minutes until the next Bang Bus comes around so that you can get to her boyfriend's house, you know? Maybe she'll call a Bang Taxi, I don't know. I feel like porn is just not theatrical enough, it's not cinematic. Like, I feel like porn needs to be more cinematic. Here is the porn that I hope to make someday. Alright, so it's a guy and a girl. They go off into the desert. They're a couple, they love each other, so they're gonna have a good time. The girl is on screen, she's just setting up camp, and the guy goes off screen for a second, and while she's setting up camp, the guy runs back in, he's out of breath. He's like, oh my god, I went to use the bathroom, and I got bit by a rattlesnake. Oh, I'm gonna die. I feel the venom coursing through my body. She's like, oh no, that's terrible. He's like, yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to suck the poison out. And she's like, oh no, really? Where did the snake bite you? And he's like, oh, on my dick, of course, it's a porn. Oh, you're gonna have to do it. She's like, oh, okay. So she's sucking on his dick and sucking on his dick, sucking on his dick. Finally, he ejaculates in her mouth, and she spits it out. And she's like, oh my god, was that the venom? And he's like, no. That was my cum, and then he dies. And that's it, that's the end of the porn. He dies from, and then the credits roll and we all go home. I'm just saying there's not enough death in porn, you know? It's like they show the act of making life, but they don't show the act of taking life. And I feel like that needs to happen. So I get in a lot of trouble doing comedy. I say a lot of stupid shit, like making fun of paraplegics, and people get mad at me. I want to tell you guys a story real quick before I got out of here. I went to Israel recently, and before I went there, I didn't know they had like the crazy security like in the world. They had like really heavy security. So when I went there, they decided to randomly select my bag to look through. I think it was random selection. It might also be because when they interviewed me beforehand, they were like, what's the last Jewish holiday you celebrated? And I was like, Kwanzaa, because I thought it would be hilarious. I'm like, yeah, I get it because of the candles, and they did not find it funny. I don't think they knew what Kwanzaa was, or they thought it sounded Arabic, so they were mad at me. And so they looked through my bag, and I'm waiting in this room for like 3 hours, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Finally, this big burly Israeli security guard comes up to me. He's like, excuse me, sir. I need to talk to you for a second. By the way, my Israeli accent is going to sound Russian, okay? Just fucking deal with it. He's like, we looked through your bag. We found writings against Israel, writings in Arabic. He actually said this, and I was like, holy shit. What are you talking about? I don't know freaking how to write in Arabic, and I haven't written against Israel since college. So I didn't know what he was talking about. And he goes and he pulls out of my backpack, he pulls out my comedy notebook. which is the scariest shit that a law enforcement officer can read. Because you have no idea what the mad ravings that are in this shit. It's just like really weird things like, fucking, my own ass and like, making fun of like paraplegic people. And like, it just looks like a really fucked up to-do list if you read it out of context. So he looks at it and he points, he goes, right here you wrote Allahu Akbar. And I looked, and I actually had written Allahu Akbar, which is probably the worst thing I could have written. I was like, holy shit, these are jokes, I'm a comedian, I'm not actually saying Allahu Akbar, it's just a joke I wrote. He's like, Allahu Akbar is not the joke. How is that the joke? And it was at that point when I realized I have to do my joke for Israeli security in order to get out of the situation, which was the greatest moment in my comedy career. I was like, fuck yeah, forced to do jokes at gunpoint, let's do this shit. So I was like, well you see sir, Allahu Akbar in Arabic literally translates to God is great. Allahu, God, Akbar, great, but not so much great as in awesome, it's more great as in expansive, as in big, almost as in fat. So when I hear someone exclaim Allahu Akbar, as a comedian, I want to shout back, how Akbar is he? And I would love it if they shouted back, Allahu Akbar! Like the one who sits around the house, he sits around the house. Salam, 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 salam. Well, you just looked at me completely stone-faced. And I was all indignant. I was like, I'm workshopping it, bro, or it's not really done yet. And I gotta find a premise. And he's like, wow, don't quit your day job. That is the worst I've ever seen anyone bomb. And I've literally seen people being bombed. And I'm here on the plane. All right, guys, I've been Matt Lieb. Thank you very much.
Yeah! That's my roommate!
Thank you for Matt Lieb all the way up.